So I'm here with Amit Fraser, who runs the British branch of Migdal Ohr here. And of course, I mean, you do unbelievable work. And of course, I'm a little bit biased because we are husband and wife, but you do unbelievable work and I see it firsthand. But you are motivated. You are so highly motivated for the children of Migdal Ohr. But since the 7th of October, this charity has almost stepped up and it's raised its game. Can you give the people out there some sort of idea about how?
So I think really Migdal Ohr has been for over 50 years caring for over 12,000 children, at-risk children and orphans. And as a 7th of October atrocities, unfortunately, we had to come up with a very special plan that plan will help orphans from the 7th of October to rebuild their life and heal their future. So we came up with a plan called Plan for Life, which will enable them to have a short-term and a long-term support. That's what we're going to do.
And of course, in terms of the immediate term, you're talking about children who have had their most unbelievable traumas of losing their family in front of them. So they're going to have enormous psychological traumas, emotional traumas. What kind of expertise and services is Migdal Ohr providing in order to go some way to healing these children?
So, as I said, part of our expertise is to provide a network of psychologists, social workers, and massive mental health support that can help them, as I said, to rebuild their life and to support them and literally to hug them as a family. Migdal Ohr going to hug them as a family and to offer them all the support they need.
And of course, we're recording this on Father's Day, which is quite a big day here in the UK. We're talking about, unfortunately, children who've lost theirs as a result of the massacre that took place. And now's the time more than ever that the charity needs to step up, but the charity only survives from the people out there, from you. Have you got a message for those people?
So really my message from my heart is to all of you to ask for your help today. I know we've been asking for many, many years. And since the 7th of October, you've been bombarded with so many requests. But today we really need your help to help our orphans to really get the care and the love and the support and everything they need in order to thrive. Thank you so much.
Well, listen, I can only second that, and applaud the work that you've done. I'm not just saying that because of our connection, but it is an amazing charity, and everyone out there, now is the time, really, more than ever, to unite and step up and help. Thank you.
I'm Israel Chai, everyone. Join us.
I'm here with Maurice Benesty. He's an old-time friend, but we've reconnected over the last few years because of this amazing charity. And he's one of the trustees. He's put his heart and soul over a number of years into the work this charity does, helping, of course, disadvantaged, abused, and orphan children. Now, Maurice, obviously, this has taken on another level over the last 9 months after what's happened on the 7th of October. Let me ask you how you have noticed the way Migdal Ohr has stepped up to the plate in this situation.
We visited Migdal Ohr in December, met with the Rav, and as we met with him, a couple were coming out of their meeting with the Rav, and it was two older couples whose children had been killed in the horrors of October the 7th, and they were now left to bring up their twin grandchildren. So there was, right, straight up front and very personal. And they'd gone to seek out comfort from the Rav, and he has been engaged throughout the period after the 7th of October to help in ways that he can, contribute, which are meaningful, and we've observed that.
Of course, the charity has, over many years, built up a number of facilities, people who are experienced and have the expertise to handle, particularly in the light of what happened on 7th of October with children being traumatized. How important is it now that we support the charity to continue its good work and actually step up because of what's happened?
Look, there's an immediate need. These children have suffered, as you say, extreme trauma. And so there's a whole requirement for counseling, therapy, to help them deal with what's happened to them. And that's the immediate priority. And so the funds that we're raising will be applied for that. And then over time, as the needs evolve, we'll evolve the support to provide for some of their longer term needs.
The charity's been going for over 50 years, done unbelievable work. It's actually, if you like, rescued to some degree, enormously helped over 12,000 children in its time. But after 50 years, now it seems like there's never been a time in its long history where we need to step up to the plate, where the people out there need to step up to the plate to help. Would you? How do you sum that up?
Look, Migdal Ohr is one of the largest charities in Israel. It has the capacity to step up and help. It has the experience, and it's kind of uniquely placed to do so. So when the Rav reached out to us and said, "This is my priority, this is my project, I am going to, through Migdal Ohr, build support for these 1,000 orphans that have come out of all of these horrors," what could we say? It just resonated with us because we've seen what the charity has done for the children it's taken in over the years. So it's ready to do this. It's got the capability and it's got the energy and the network of the Migdal Ohr team to make it happen. So how much more compelling can that be for people who have supported and new supporters to the charity to step up, increase their contributions, and kind of drive this forward?
And the interesting thing is, we're recording this interview on the 16th of June here in the UK, which is Father's Day. You're talking about Father's Day, in which many of us who have living fathers, I personally don't, will be, celebrating this day. We're talking about almost 1,000 children that Migdal Ohr is saving, who unfortunately do not have that privilege anymore. So, of course, we need to pull together. We need your help and be united this time more than ever.
Absolutely. And I think the orphans that have been created, these are orphans that have lost their mother or their father, and sometimes both, and they're going to need help for now and for the long term, and we need to provide that. So it's on us.
So I'm here with Oren Peleg, a long-term trustee of Migdal Ohr, and I want to catch a few words about what it means to him and some of the incredible work of the charity. Oren, thank you for being here. Look, we all know that the 7th of October has had a huge effect on Israel, world Jewry, but of course we know that many hundreds of children have been made orphans as a result of those atrocities. This charity does incredible work. Can you give us an idea of, this great work and what it means to you in the now and going forward?
So look, the charity's been going on for some time, and the basic principle of the charity is very powerful. It is the belief that for a child to grow up and contribute to society, it needs to have a loving, caring home. And this is the principle we've been following with all of our projects in one form or another for all the years we've been operational. But it also puts us in a unique position to address this new emerging problem that I actually wasn't aware of until suddenly the statistics started coming up, that there was all these orphans being created because of the tragedy of October 7th and the subsequent battles that have taken place and the loss of life. And that's our superpower, right? We're very good. Now, what we're seeing is, in some cases, some of these children can actually come to us and we have the facilities to raise them. And in other cases, they want to stay with their extended families, but again, we can support them financially. And therefore, when this problem was presented to us, it was just natural that we stepped up and did something about it because it leverages everything we do well.
And of course, Migdal Ohr is known for over 50 years of work it's done with disadvantaged, abused, and orphaned children. And there is no charity in Israel that does more. So what more pertinent time to step up as a result of what happened on the 7th of October? And I know that this campaign is helping something like 800 orphans, which is an unbelievable amount. And of course, the trauma that they will have gone through, seeing their parents murdered, even parents who've seen their children murdered in front of them, there's obviously a huge psychological trauma. So what are some of the things that Migdal Ohr does and can do in order to sort of, I guess, lessen that blow, if you can, and to help them live a normal life going forward?
Well, I think it's kind of like we're working on the program and we're assessing whether we need to enhance the skills that we already have given the current situations. But we've taken on board historically traumatized kids, right? Children that have lost their parents. So the skills exist within the organization to deal with it. I think a lot depends. As I said before, some of the kids are going to stay within their extended family. That's where they find warmth and comfort. And I think where this campaign can then help is the extended family does not have the means and resources to give them everything they need. So we're going to help them financially. But where they come into our facilities, then basically we roll out the full-fledged infrastructure of Migdal Ohr. Dormitories, schools, education, sports facilities, everything. Basically, it becomes their extended home.
And of course, as a result of October the 7th, they will have gone through some enormous emotional, psychological trauma. I presume that the campaign that Migdal Ohr runs will also help them on a professional way to deal with those traumas emotionally and psychologically.
Yeah, that's the plan. Absolutely.
So does Migdal Ohr have obviously all the necessary expertise on site to be able to handle those traumas?
Well, this is a new problem. As I said before, we've dealt with traumatized kids in the past. What we're very good at is where we identify gaps. If we will find that there are needs that we're unable to provide today, we will bridge that gap. We will solve for it. We will find the skills.
And just one last thing, Oren. I mean, of course, this charity's been going 50 years, so it's already got the infrastructure in place to handle traumatized children, orphan children, etc. How, I guess, from what's happened on the 7th of October, the existential war and the threat that the state of Israel has been undergoing, it would certainly seem that now more than at any time in Migdal Ohr's history, it needs the support of all the people out there.
Absolutely. I mean, look, I have been, the 7th of October has really turned our world upside down. I've been incredibly impressed by how the community has rallied round projects that have arisen out of the crisis in Israel, and how they've stepped up to support it. I hope they help us here, because we need the help, because I genuinely believe that we've found a need that has not been addressed.
Hence the campaign that Migdal Ohr runs. And of course, we need your help. We need your help in order to help the work of the charity, of the work of people like Oren, who works tirelessly for the charity. There's never been a time in history like this where we've needed you more. That's the message, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Oren.